Well, good afternoon everybody and welcome to the Total Control Pro webinar. My name is Dorian Smellie, I'm the CEO of Total Control Pro, and as you can see I'm here at the Milton Keynes Arena at the Machine Vision Conference and Exhibition, just being part of what is just one of many examples of how amazing technology is coming to the manufacturing industry or industries right across the sectors, and are making a real impact on industry sectors. And here the whole arena here is talking and demonstrating the impacts that the latest vision and image recognition technology is actually, the impact that's actually making to the manufacturing industries in various areas. It's extraordinary. So really, the conversation that we're going to have on today's webinar is all about bridging the gap, how we can bring some of this innovation, some of this incredible technology into the SME marketplace, and have a conversation between us around some of the challenges that we're facing as an industry, and how technology such as Total Control Pro can really make an impact for the SME marketplace. So first of all, let me work out how to use my screen here. Brilliant. So a couple of invitations here. So first of all, an invitation to get powerfully related to what Industry 4.0 actually is. I've just come out of the keynote speaker, a gentleman of the name of Dr. Graham Deacon. He's one of the head honchos at Ocado Technology. And he spent the last half an hour really illustrating how technology has completely transformed the way in which Ocado, as a grocery organization, has actually changed the way in which that business, that organization now operates. So my first invitation to all of us on the call right now is, first of all, get powerfully related on what this kind of technology is about, what it actually means at a market to a marketplace, but also what it actually means to us and your organization. So going through that, so let's just sow a seed of creating a new possibility. What would it be like for your organization to really elevate its level of control, of certainty, of knowledge, of profitability, and of growth? What would that actually look like and make available to you in your organization? Now, you may be in a position where actually you're bringing technology into your organization, and that's doing just fine. But what impact would bringing that control, certainty, knowledge, profitability, growth into either your supply chain or indeed your customers, what impact would that have on your business? And the invitation that we're going to start having is, bring that level of conversation to what Industry 4.0 is actually about. Because what Total Control Pro here is really committed to is less talk and more action. And what we can do as a technology provider to bridge the gap for SME organizations to actually join this industrial revolution. So let's talk about what it means first. So the reality, for most of us in the SME marketplace, we're experiencing increasing demands to be part of a more complex supply chain as these technologies come on through from big business. We also have an ongoing pressure to increase operational efficiency. That's always been the case, coupled with the need to embrace available software and technologies and to remain competitive in our marketplace. And we hear this day in, day out. The reality for many of us in this industry is we're put off by a handful of things. How challenging is it and how complex is it to actually implement some of these technologies that we're hearing? In today's arena, it's about imaging and visualizing and robotic technology. How complex is it to actually bring that into your organization? What's the cost that we actually associate to these kind of things? And what level of complexity, both in terms of systems, in terms of our business processes, and in terms of our people, how complex would it actually be to implement this? So, a lot of our a lot of our industry actually is starting to take advantage. So here's the reality, here's the what so. 69% of those of us that have adopted Industry 4.0, these kind of technologies, these enabling technologies, are actually stating that it's made a huge impact or significant impact on their business. Another 56% of firms that haven't yet invested are imminently about to do so. So what this is telling us is that, you know, sometimes we talk about these technologies as things coming, things that are on their way. And sometimes we actually refer to, you know, where were we a couple of weeks ago? We were talking about factories of the future. Well, what I'd like to bring to all of our attention is actually, no, that's not quite accurate. And I'd like to put out there that actually we're talking about factories of today, you know, what is available here today. So let's talk about our approach to help bridging that gap. We're really going to start to have a conversation about how we can remove some of those associated challenges that we have as a perception to bring technology into our manufacturing organization. You know, the cost and the complexity. How to deliver a maximum potential improvement. So by implementing some of, you know, some very powerful track and trace technology, the availability to centralize information at a click of a button across your organization. So really getting into what that would actually mean for you as an organization, such that it will have a massive impact. And then in doing so, how we can use these kind of technologies to have you actually maintain what is quite often our most valuable assets as business owners, and that's obviously our workforce, our know-how, our position in the marketplace, and how we can preserve that, we can build on that, and expand our effectiveness. So we're going to have a conversation now about you know, what has been researched as being the top 5 concerns by companies such as yourselves around why aren't we making progress in adopting technologies, enabling technologies right now. So here they are. The difficulty to coordinate actions across an organization, across a group of people, across a manufacturing process, an administrative process. You know, how do we actually coordinate that and bring it all together? A lack of encouragement to push through radical transformation. Do we need talent? Do we need expertise? What are our concerns around security, cyber security? You know, we hear this in the media. Is that actually a true concern? And you know, at the end of the day, do we have a clear business case that actually justifies the investment to actually implement some of these systems going forward? So let's start to talk about that. You know, the difficulty to coordinate actions across an organization. Well, here's what I'd like to create for you. What would it be like for your organization? So yourself, should you be a business owner, yourself as part of a management team, the shop floor workers, the guys on the factory floor, your administrative staff, those within your sales department or your supply department. How would it be right now if you had the ability to centralize information that was literally up to the second correct? That's not great English. Let me put that slightly better. That was what we call real time. You know, we're not historically reporting. We're not analyzing historic reports. We're trying to assess the what so. But instead, right across your organization, the click of a button, we know exactly what's going on right now. What would that actually be like for your organization? We're talking here about the centralization, you know, the real-time availability through simple, effective and powerful electronic data capture. From a management perspective and from those of us that are needing to make strategic decisions, you know, quite often we find ourselves in a position, I assert, where we're trying to analyze historic data and predict the future. Now, our predictions as business owners are only ever as good as the information that we're provided. So the implementation of some of these technologies, and certainly the TotalControlPro technology, actually brings to bear the ability for us, at a click of a button, to have the what so right now and to analyze literally what is going on with our manufacturing organization right now and to make informed decisions based upon accurate what so rather than feelings, emotions, or perceptions within an organization. So we're all about delivering real-time accurate information at the click of a button and enabling those data-driven decisions. So the next conversation, a lack of courage to push through radical transformation. Well, when I read this as a statement, what I heard was, where's the return on investment? You know, what is it going to cost me in terms of manpower, in terms of resources, in terms of a capital expenditure budget, and how long is it going to take me to actually get a return on those investments? Well, this is something I'd like to address head on because Total Control Pro are really leading the industry in actually squashing this as a concern. You know, by bringing these kind of technologies to our customers through a software as a service model with a virtually zero capital expenditure, there is an incredibly short lead time to actually get a return on investment. So, you know, our stand in the marketplace right now is to remove the requirement of high capital expenditure. And to do it in such a way, we're bringing together the latest cloud technology, the latest plug-and-play hardware technology, to do it in such a way that literally within months, a couple of months, not a couple of years, but a couple of months, you will actually be able to get instant return on investment and actually get the benefits from these kind of technologies that are now available. They're highly configurable and easily integrated to fit with your current business process. So where courage might have been something that has been a consideration in the past, where you might have been looking at big server installations, the requirement for bringing in additional manpower or changes to structures or personnel in the organization, when looking at bringing in new technologies to advance your business, well, actually, with the latest cloud-based technology and technologies such as TotalControlPro, that isn't necessarily the case. You know, within a couple of days, using the latest plug-and-play hardware, the powers of the latest cloud technology, actually, the amount of courage is actually very, very small. So we can deliver, Total Control Pro can deliver visibility and real-time accurate data without the need for radical transformation across your processes, across your factory organization, or indeed the personnel that are actually driving your business right now. So in terms of that perception, you know, what kind of talent do we actually need? It was interesting being here and listening to Dr. Graham Deacon from Ocado talking about the nature of Ocado as an organization. They now have over 10,000 employees. But do you know what? Over 1,000 of those are technology employees. Over 200 in addition are what they call engineers. So way over 10% of Ocado as an organization, which to you and me, we would assert they are a grocery store, right? No, they're not. They are now a technology organization. So that has a kind of an interesting message, right? Organizations like Ocado are bringing technology to completely transform the way in which they operate. So where does that leave the likes of you and I within the SME industry? Do we need to bring in complex IT teams? Do we need to bring in either internal skill sets or buy it in from elsewhere? Well, actually, the answer to that is no. With Total Control Pro, it removes that requirement for costly and time-intensive technology teams or infrastructure changes, and technology such as ours uses readily available, simple plug-and-play technology that, you know, in our homes we're very, very familiar with. So our invitation is to actually start to introduce that as a concept and as an understanding into your manufacturing organization. And that is actually part of our performance promise. You know, that you're supported, your organization is supported and trained how to implement that plug-and-play hardware, bring to bear this latest cloud technology to actually get the benefits within days, weeks, return on investment within months. So what about the concern around cybersecurity? Well, this is an ongoing conversation, you know, and certainly ever since I've been around technology, it's one of those headlines and those conversations which has always been there, and I assert it always will be. But the reality is right now, you know, with the latest secure server technology, the latest security around off-site hosting, I would assert that actually looking at cloud-based technology platforms actually now offer a level of security, a level of stability, and a level of scalability that actually previously hadn't been available to us by alternative methods of keeping things in-house, so to speak, within our organizations. So I would really encourage you to look past the headlines and really get an understanding of how your organization can utilize, you know, the security, the scalability, and the offerings that cloud technology can actually provide you, both in terms of cost savings, but also with that assuredness of you being able to focus on developing and growing your business and allowing the technology to grow and build up underneath that to support your organization. So lack of clear business case. Well, I hope I've started to address that as a conversation with you. You know, we've got a performance promise here at TotalControlPro. You know, we provide track and trace technology to give your organization the ability to know exactly where any product is at any point in time through your production process, to give you real-time KPI reports, key performance indicators, to give your organization instant data capture and accountability of knowing who has done what when, to remove the emotion off your production floor. So there is no need for operators on a shop floor to manually log times or manually put a signature against an operation, but have that information instantly captured and available to those that you wish it to be available to across your organization. And our performance promises that is delivered to you within days. So we've done a little bit of analysis, and inside our performance promise, we're going to make a declaration to you. You know, we'll stand for recovering production hours. So what would it be like for your organization right now if for every operator that was on the factory floor, you had the opportunity to recoup in excess of 130 production hours per operator per year? What would that actually mean to your business right now? Through the ability to instantly gather, to capture, to centralize and process information and reports, the provision of dashboards, our assertion is that we could improve the efficiency of your management teams by 43%, purely based upon the time that we know that we are moving from administrative tasks to managerial and business decision tasks made available through this kind of track and trace technology. What would that mean to your management team and to your organization? And our underlying promise is that we will provide technology that will allow your organization to target improved business performance. And inside all of that, to actually bring any kind of barriers to entry into using this technology right down the bottom. So understand the opportunity. Real-time intelligence is available on production, products, and people. And our promise to recover production hours, to improve organizational efficiency, and to target business performance. So, as a summary, TotalControlPro is an affordable, accessible, and available production tracking system utilizing the latest cloud technology that will put you into control of your production facility, providing real-time visibility to your entire enterprise. And our promise to you is that the technology will indeed have a significant impact in your profitability and productivity of your organization. So the invitation now, take action. It's affordable, it's accessible, it's available. So the next step is 3 invitations. First of all, book a demo. Come and spend 45 minutes or so with one of our performance partners. Actually experience it firsthand and really get inside what this kind of technology will make available to you in your organization. Put our performance promise to the test. Literally say, okay, so TotalControlPro, we're going to implement the system and we're going to assess its impact over, for example, let's say a 6-month period, and make use of the performance promise that we're declaring into the marketplace. We're putting our money where our mouth is, right? And then finally, the invitation to join the conversation. The factory of the future isn't the factory of the future. It's the factory of the now. We are surrounded by the most amazing technologies that are really bridging the gap to what we've been doing, to what is possible, and that is actually happening right now. So if you are part of an organization that are making inroads on that, fantastic, absolutely great, I acknowledge you. Now start to bring that conversation to your supply chain, bring that conversation to your clients, and together we can transform, and we will transform, the impact that technology is having in the UK manufacturing industry. So with that, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for listening, and we'd love to invite you to join the next webinar, and I look forward to hearing from you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.